It is our first time. We're very excited about building, and we weren't sure that we wanted to build, but we were looking for a good value and a trustworthy builder because we didn't want to take on the anxiety of dealing with a builder who didn't suit timelines, those sorts of things. And when we found MDH going to the home parades and stuff, we knew that they would be a very trustworthy builder, somebody that we could work with. We wanted to go with somebody who's reputable. We'd gone to a lot of the parades in the area, and we'd seen the quality work that MDH did, and we knew they were always very welcoming to us and had a lot of good information. Their design center was something that was very appealing to me, so that we didn't have to go buzzing around and looking at all these different colors and samples from all over the place, but rather we can just meet at that one place, take care of it. And I think we met about 3 times up there, and that was all it took.
Midwest Design Homes is a division of John Huss Custom Homes that offers a unique semi-custom or full custom building experience at an affordable price. We are able to offer our clients a wide range of services from lot selection to plan design to interior and exterior selections. Our design center offers you the ease and convenience of making all your home selections under one roof. We have building consultants that will help you find a new home design that will fit your budget, lifestyle, and your personal style. Whether this is your first home, or you need a home for a growing family, or you're looking to downsize into retirement years, we can help you do that. Our goal at Midwest Design Homes is to give you a home building experience that will change the way you thought about building.
I was really concerned about budget. I was afraid that you hear about like people thinking, oh, our home is going to be X amount, and it turns out being $50,000 to $100,000 more than that because we have to have, this carpet or a certain sink or those things. By going to the MDH parade homes, I knew the quality level that we would be getting, and I knew that that was going to be suitable, and so that we wouldn't have to exceed our budget. And right now we're very near finished, and we have not gone over our budget at all.
I would say timelines were a concern. You want to kind of have an idea when you're going to be in, and so far that's been something that we've been really impressed with. Is everything has been on par. What they say has pretty much been what we've gotten, especially with timelines and knowing when we're going to be in. During
excavation, we start out by taking a look at your lot and help position your home to maximize the exposure that you would like to achieve. We have an engineer stake your lot, and at that point, you can imagine how your home will sit before we dig the hole. MDH is one of the only builders in the valley that has its own excavation company. Why does that matter? Our excavators take special attention to create proper drainage away from your home and to follow through the 3-step process of our lifetime dry basement guarantee.
I was very surprised and pleased when working with Jeff, the project manager, and he says, well, I'm going to give you a layout, I'm going to give you a time stamp and when things get done, and I was very surprised at how he just kept right on it. I, being only working a mile and a half from here, Jeff says, if you want, stop by anytime. So I was here almost every lunch hour, checking on the condition, checking on the contractors, and making sure everything was what we had specified, and reporting back to Jeff on anything that I seen. And it was very nice how it was easy to work with, and it was so nice to come out here and be able to watch it, every day, and how they stayed right on schedule.
And he, and another on that side note, he encouraged us to come out and, mingle in and, take pictures and, if things weren't laid out the way you wanted them to be laid out, because there were a few changes that we did have to make. But by us having access to coming out and just being part of it, was very rewarding for us. And I just have pictures like you can't believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Whether building in spring, summer, fall, or winter, we allow the correct amount of time to ensure your concrete walls will cure and dry, giving you the strongest possible foundation for your home. After the footings are poured and dried, the wall forms are set to create the foundation. The concrete gets poured into the forms, which have re-rod running through them for additional strength. Once the forms are filled with concrete, the tops are smooth, so the sill plate will lay tight and flush on the top of the wall. The forms are stripped and the concrete is allowed to dry properly prior to backfilling.
The contractors that MDH uses, the subcontractors, are just remarkable. They're really good, quality people, right down from the cabinet maker to the floors. And it's just amazing, how you can get all these various contractors together, and they can be right on top of each other, but everybody knows their thing and everybody's doing their business. And it was just really pleasurable working with the different contractors, just even customizing cabinets to putting in toilets and sinks. Mm-hmm. It was a fun, very, very, very fun experience for us.
Yeah.
And I personally feel that MDH is probably the way to go if you want to build a home.
Framing is an important part of the building process. Our company's dedication to Energy Star and Greenbelt practices show in the attention to detail used during the framing of your home. First, we place the sill plate on with anchor bolts. Then we frame the basement support walls. Next, we build the floor deck by gluing and nailing the OSB to the I-joist. This will ensure a silent floor system. After the floor deck is on, the walls go up and the trusses get set for the roof. Today is the day you can start to move in your mind. We will walk through the home with you and help you to visualize where your bed will go and on what wall you will put your TV or entertainment stand. Your cabinets will be drawn on the floor so you can stand in your kitchen for the first time. At this time, we can add custom details.
Danielle at MDH, she's just worked wonders. She always looks for little holes in our budget so that we can maybe get a little extra value here or there. She has a wonderful eye and is honest about that. So if we ask for her opinion, she has a very diplomatic way of letting us know what her thoughts are without making us feel like we have to agree with her, but just kind of what probably would work best. And I really appreciate her input. She's willing to give input when asked, and has some very creative ideas and an excellent eye for aesthetics and color, and I think we're going to have a very suitable home because of all of her work. She customized the floor plan of this 2-story home for us so that it suited our lifestyle. We talked to her and she really listened about what our lifestyle needs were, and then she moved walls around to make that happen. For example, we have a different door structure in our bathroom area, and she also put the phone nook in for us, which is going to be really great for all of our paperwork and things like that, so that we don't have to have that all over the place.
Hi, I'm Greg First from First Electric, owner of First Electric. Today we are here with Midwest Design Homes, going through with the homeowner. I walk through each room. I have each plan laid out as what I have spec'd out. As the owner chooses, we change things, phone locations, TV locations, switch locations, as to their needs and everything.
We went through the parade of homes in late winter, and Katie was at one of the, I think it was a second or a third home that we went through. Yeah. And we started going. We kind of liked the layout of the Barberry, and after making the round the rest of the day, we decided to come back because there's something about that home that drew us to that design. And then she showed us the actual Barberry 2, which was just a little bit bigger and had the fireplace, and we just decided to go with it that way. And
yeah, and along with that, we didn't really, for us, the fireplace where it was against the wall, and we needed the wall space. So MDH allowed us to design the fireplace, to put it in the center, and you know, we wanted it to be see-through so that we could see it through the dining area and also through the kitchen. so that it could add a little bit more comfort. We really liked the warm tones in all of the houses too. That really, it felt really at home, and Katie just made the whole process just wonderful. And they also, my dad is a customized wood builder too, but he lives out in Arizona, and I wanted a piece of what he had done in his home, which was a shelf that was inserted in the wall. And Jeff, the project manager, really helped us design where would be the best place or the best fit for us. And by my dad shipping it to us, the stainer got involved and stained it, and then I think it was the finishing contractor is one that actually got it installed for us and stuff. So now we still have a piece of my dad that MDH allowed for us to have that warmth in our home. And I think a lot too, what I really liked about working with Katie was she lets you design and she lets you pick what you want. She doesn't veer you toward other ways of, or turning your nose up. It's because she just allows you to be an individual of who you are, to put that those pieces or finishing pieces in your home, which I really, really appreciated that from MDH.
Insulation is key for a comfortable home. The insulators start with vents for air filtration in the attic. Once the home is ventilated, they start by insulating the walls with bats of R19 insulation and covering with poly. The MDH standard is above Energy Star's standard requirements. Energy Star requires a minimum of R38 insulation in the attic. We use R50 as our standard. 23 inches of blown insulation because we know that 75% of heat loss is through the attic. We also spray closed cell foam on all of our box sills, which does more than keep the critters out. It creates an airtight seal and raises the insulation value to R22. This also prevents unnecessary moisture on your box sills.
I've been working with Marty and John for about a year and a half now, and they asked me to come on board to help them improve their overall product to their customers. So not only are we out testing the homes at the end of the build, we're also out here during the course of construction looking at framing details and at insulation details, and trying to point out areas where they could potentially improve the building at that point. It's a good way to showcase the differences in the upgrades you may have to offer. So regardless whether if you're talking attic insulation, wall insulation, foundation wall insulation, or different types of wall construction, you can take those numbers and say, okay, this is what this building's going to represent in terms of what we would expect for heating costs. Based on a track record, because we've done many homes with them, we have a pretty good idea of how tight the buildings will be, so that we'll have a benchmark to shoot for, so we can very accurately predict what the heating costs are annually for each individual home.
Insulation, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC rough-ins are all in place. The sheetrock is screwed to the walls and ceiling, and then the outlets, vents, and recess lights get cut in. It is time for plaster. They start the plaster process by taping all of the seams of sheetrock. We apply 2 coats of plaster to create a strong finish. Each coat is hand troweled onto the wall in the texture that you choose. Plastering is truly a form of art. The application is key. Some people prefer round corners over square. What suits your style?
In this home, I wanted my dream kitchen. So I really was able to design what I wanted with some help from MDH and see those dreams really come into reality. Marty has had a lot of experience with the company and really has many years of home building experience to share with everyone, and those little ideas that really can go a long way in your own kitchen have helped me get my dream kitchen. I actually selected the cabinetry that I liked and used that as a basis for the kitchen, and then used also their appliance dealer. I think, you know, I enjoy canning and doing a lot of cooking and entertaining. So one of the things that really stood out to me is I need an area that I can do serving, I can do canning. It really needs to provide multiple functions for me. So the granite workspace on the island has really done a great job in providing that to me. I think for me, the pine really met all my needs. I think the open concept by far was one of the most attracting features for the home for me. Having an open living concept from the kitchen, dining room area, and living room just makes an open flow and makes it very inviting for everyone that visits. And then the 3 bedrooms really gives me an opportunity to have a home office, and I work from home at times, so the home office really provides me with a dedicated workspace, and I can get in my zone and just work. I think the open communication from the MDH team stands out for me. Our conferences were often by email, but they kept me in the loop on an ongoing basis, and if I had any questions, they were just an email away and I could contact them and have a response within the same day. I love it. This is definitely the home that I've always wanted, and I'm very excited to be here. And it's an ongoing process for me, but every day the home just becomes more of a refuge and a place that I want to be.
There are many different types of flooring to select from. Our designers will help you to choose floor coverings that will coincide with your budget. Here you will see the installation of a product called DuraCeramic. Like ceramic tile, it is waterproof, durable, and set with grout, but is less maintenance, warmer, and more comfortable to stand on. This is just one example of the many flooring options available. Let us help you make decisions that fit your taste and lifestyle. The exterior of your home is the first impression when your guests pull up to your home. We will help you make choices that will create a warm welcome and give you quality that will last. We use architectural shingles that have a 30-year warranty. We offer CertainTeed siding that has 0.042 inch thickness, and we install seamless gutters and downspouts on the entire home. After the home is painted, the finish carpenter begins and the custom details come to life. From your fireplace mantel, staircase, doors, and trim, you will notice the craftsmanship that is essential to the finished look of an MDH home that people have come to expect. When we design plans, we typically start with the kitchen, the heart of the home. You know that the construction process is coming to an end when you see the cabinets go in and everything starts to come together. Our goal, as always, is to create a space that is both functional and beautiful by giving you thoughtful and helpful hints along the way.
I like the open concept because it's warm. It lets some of the light in. When we're out here, we can all have dinner together and bond as a family unit around the kitchen. So MDH, we looked at some of the other builders and they just didn't have that. They had some of the utility, but they didn't really have the flair that I've seen with MDH as a builder with this model. So I really like that.
We've been working with John for the better part of 10 years, and I myself am the lead commercial lender for the bank. You know, they kind of follow the customer-centric approach, which is the approach that the bank utilizes as well. So it's a very good fit from that perspective. You know, John and MDH, John Huss and MDH, they have a plan and they execute on it. And that's how they approach the home building portion. And they handle their financing and their banking the exact same way. They have a plan and they execute and deliver.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in a little bit of an interesting position because I am John's banker, John Huss and Midwest Design Home, and also a customer in that I purchased my house from them. So I get to see both sides and have that group as a customer and see the qualities there, but also have purchased a home and get to see the end product. And it gives me comfort knowing that my customer produces a product that I'm very happy with, and I think the marketplace is very happy with as well. My wife and I were looking for open concept, and this was before we had our two girls, which we have now. And we thought it'd be conducive to having family and friends over to have open concept between the kitchen and the living room and have people mesh together. And I guess it was showcased this last weekend was my daughter's 2nd birthday, and we had a lot of family members and friends over. And very conducive environment for having family and friends mesh together, congregate, have a good time, and everybody gets to see each other without being trapped in separate rooms. So it's been great.
My name is Angie Bodenheimer. I'm with Pinnacle Title Services, and we do their construction draws and inspections, and we also help them when they're selling properties. Well, what we do with the construction draws, we actually play the middle person between the builder, Midwest Design Homes, the customer who the house is being built for, and the bank or the lender. And so it's really nice working with Midwest Design Homes because they do a great job of getting hold of the customer each time, going over the draw, telling them what's going to actually be paid for. And then they forward that information to me. I actually inspect the property. And what's really nice about Midwest Design Homes too is they're good at only requesting to be paid for the work that is already done on the project. So it makes it a lot easier for me when I forward that information to the bank to confirm, yes, the work has been done on the property. And then the bank in return sends me the money, and I make sure that all the subs are paid and all the bills are paid. When it comes to the purchase or the end of the project, the Midwest Design Homes does a really, really good job of meeting the deadlines and working with us to make sure that all the paperwork is signed ahead of time. So when it comes to the closing and the selling of the property to the customers, it goes extremely smooth. Everything is taken care of already prior to. So on the day of closing, there's no questions, there's no problems at all. Actually, we had one just recently where their wedding, the closing date was on Friday, and their wedding was the very next day on Saturday. So in the Midwest Design Homes, John and Jody made sure that their paperwork was signed ahead of time, that they had everything as far as they could go so that they could have their closing and get out of there for their rehearsal dinner. So they did a really good job of making sure the house was done, all questions were asked prior to, so that they could be free for that night. Another thing that we've noticed with Midwest Design Homes too is we've done homes, or we've done inspections and worked with Midwest Design Homes on homes where people have built for them with the 2nd and 3rd time. So right there tells you that people have really enjoyed working with them because they had them build their 2nd home or their 3rd home already.
Come see us at the Design Center, N2335 West Frontage Road, Kaukauna, or schedule an appointment by calling 920-759-9000. Visit our website at www.midwestdesignhomes.com.